Laissez-moi vous raconter mon expérience à l'hôpital pour enfants avec ma fille Gaëlle. À 3 semaines, ma fille a commencé à démontrer des anomalies de croissance et pour les mois qui ont suivi, plusieurs possibilités ont été considérées par les intervenants avec une suite de tests et de résultats négatifs. Les conversations se faisaient toujours en anglais. Les rendez-vous se sont multipliés, les diagnostics ne m'étaient pas partagés, seulement les résultats des tests sans trop de détails. Alors je comprenais les besoins pour les rendez-vous, où me rendre et à quel moment. J'arrivais à répondre à leurs questions sur la routine quotidienne de Gaëlle et je comprenais que je ne devais pas trop m'inquiéter. Je vivais au jour le jour sans vraiment pouvoir expliquer à mon conjoint qu'est-ce qui se passait avec Gaëlle. Puis, lorsque Gaëlle a eu 5 mois, on m'a appelé pour un nouveau rendez-vous et un nouveau test en me disant qu'il croyait avoir découvert la condition de Gaëlle. Alors à cette rencontre, j'étais plutôt stressée. Je me souviens d'entendre des mots, mais de ne pas pouvoir associer une signification, d'avoir une image à ce qui m'était dit. No worries, little people, legs and arms, we'll be all right, next meeting, genetics. Puis j'ai posé 2 questions. Va-t-elle mourir jeune? Va-t-elle avoir des enfants? Le médecin semblait surpris de mes questions, mais elle a répondu. Pas de problème pour sa vie, pas de problème pour sa fécondité. Alors avant de quitter, en panique, j'ai demandé d'écrire sur un bout de papier le long mot qu'il m'avait dit un peu plus tôt, ce long mot avec beaucoup de syllabes. J'ai été déboussolée. J'avais hâte d'arriver à la maison pour découvrir ce que voulait dire ce mot. Gaëlle est une naine. Naine en anglais, c'est dwarf. Pourquoi on n'a pas utilisé le mot dwarf? J'aurais compris que Gaëlle allait être physiquement différente. J'aurais compris et j'aurais eu plus de questions pertinentes. Little people. J'étais fâchée. J'étais épuisée. C'est difficile de savoir son enfant malade et de ne pas être certaine de comprendre. De ne pas se sentir à son aise pour dire qu'on est inquiète et qu'on a peur. Les intervenants interagissent et soignent en anglais, même si le patient semble vivre plein d'émotions. C'est dangereux quand on ne comprend pas bien, et c'est lourd de penser que c'est à moi de faire tous les efforts pour comprendre les intervenants. Je ne suis pas d'une culture visiblement différente et ma langue maternelle est le français. Ma famille fonctionne en français dans notre quotidien. J'ai appris l'anglais vers la trentaine, alors je suis loin d'être bilingue. N'ont-ils pas une responsabilité d'offrir des soins sécuritaires aux patients?
Bonjour à tous, welcome all. Thank you for joining us today. Aujourd'hui, nous allons nous entretenir avec Dr. Anawati sur ce qu'est l'offre active. Dr. Anawati est une grande alliée pour tous les francophones et les francophiles ici à la faculté de médecine. Donc, Dr. Anawati, je vais vous laisser vous présenter brièvement.
Bonjour tout le monde. Hi everyone. Welcome to our short video. Le but de la rencontre aujourd'hui, c'est de vous présenter un peu sur l'offre active. So as a family physician working in a primarily Francophone minority community, it's really important that I offer services in both languages. As a Francophone myself, I've learned to support the needs of the Francophone community. And today I'd like to share a little bit of ways that you can do so too throughout your training.
Pourriez-vous définir ce qu'est l'offre active en quelques mots? What is an active offer?
So, l'offre active en français, c'est vraiment une opportunité d'offrir activement, de premier lieu, aux patients et aux familles la possibilité d'interagir en français ou en anglais avant qu'ils le demandent. So, active offer is really you taking control of the situation and offering patients and their families the ability to interact either in French or in English before they ask which language or kind of say which language they would prefer to ask. So it really becomes to the provider's opportunity to say, allô, bonjour.
Selon vous, pourquoi l'offre active est-elle importante? And can you explain the importance and impact on health services?
Je pense que c'est important de savoir que quand on est des médecins, peu importe notre spécialité, notre but primaire, c'est de comprendre et d'accompagner nos patients dans les systèmes de santé. Puis la langue fait une grande partie de ça. So as a primary care physician and as someone who works in the hospital setting, it's really important to be able to offer the best services, the best communication possible for my patient who's going through a difficult situation regarding their health. Communication is so important. So the number one reason why it's important is really to well serve that community. It helps us avoid errors, professional errors. It helps us also understand that the ability for someone to give their lived experience in their language of choice helps us understand their stress or confusion and decrease anxieties related to health when they're accessing the system. We also want to respect the equity between understanding that we have two official languages, especially in this province and in Canada, and the legal requirements for bilingualism in Canada. CHIO and Montfort are recognized as essential services in both official languages, and it is our responsibility to provide those to our patients and their families.
Dr. Anawati, can you give us an example of where the active offer had an impact on your professional career?
Yeah, that's a good question. So professionally, as I mentioned at the beginning, I have a really diverse population. J'ai des patients qui sont francophones, puis j'ai des patients anglophones. Un des exemples qui vient en tête, c'est une de mes patientes récemment qui est décédée par MAID. So I had a patient recently who had metastatic colon cancer, but she was unilingual French. And though she had accessed services initially at one hospital, when she went on to her oncology care, she unfortunately didn't have access to a French-speaking physician. She was a wonderful woman, simple, caring, but not very literate. So when the physician asked her if she had any ongoing symptoms related to her cancer, she didn't realize that le mal de cœur or le mal de rein might be related to metastatic cancer to her spine. So she came to see me a few weeks later and she had a foot drop. And unfortunately, it was a little late. Given her MRI syndrome, she had a mass on her spine causing cauda equina. She was not an eligible candidate for surgery and she elected for MAID. Prior to her passing, I did spend quite a bit of time with her, accompanying her through her next steps in this life. And she did make the reflection that if she would have known that's what they were asking were her symptoms that she was feeling were related to her cancer, that her mal de cœur means nausea in English, or mal de rein means a low back pain, she might be in a different situation and not choosing death. So I think it has more profound implications than we sometimes realize, and for the patients it's a question of security and ability to access care in a timely fashion. On a personal note, I'm a mom. I have a wonderful boy who's quite active, but he also only speaks French. We've raised him really unilingual francophone because we know it's easy to pick up English or a third language later on. And we were running into some difficulties when he was attending activities. They thought he wasn't listening, that he wasn't engaged, that he was causing more difficulties than participating in his soccer practices. But what we quickly realized is he just didn't understand what was going on. So when we identified this to the coach and they paired him with someone who could coach him in French, he flourished. So I think it's simple things like hello, bonjour. Let me make sure that what I'm saying to you is your understanding and what your needs are being met are the most important things that you can do as you continue through your educational journey. It's a simple thing, but something that can change somebody's life.
Or the negative impact caused by the language barrier on a daily basis for a health professional?
I think we talked a little bit about it in the first question, but the errors that can happen when we don't understand what our patient is trying to tell us, or we can't communicate effectively a treatment plan, is the greatest threat, I would say, to us as professionals. But it's also for the patient. It's a very vulnerable situation to be in. So if they're unable to communicate what their needs are, it's difficult.
You might wonder, what can I do? What if I don't speak French at all? How can I still contribute? Pouvez-vous nous donner des exemples concrets de mise en œuvre de l'offre active?
En se souvenant que l'offre active est vraiment des services de santé en français, c'est une question de qualité, de sécurité, d'éthique et d'équité. Il y a vraiment des choses faciles que vous pouvez faire pour mise en place activement pour le pratique. So one concrete thing is that we encourage the learning environment as well as the clinical environment to have signs around, right? That I speak in both languages, or if I can't speak in both languages, I can help you find someone who can be present to help you. We often rely on family members to be our translators in any language, but that's often a big stress put on that middle person who's trying to understand and accompany the patient, but also translate all our medical jargon, and they don't have necessarily the capacity to do that or the will to want to do that. They just want to be there to help their patients. So it's our responsibility to make known that what services are available to accompany them. It's really easy to put a little pin on that says hello, bonjour. I know I have a hat that says hello, bonjour. On your cards, you can put a little sticker that says hello, bonjour. And this encourages patients that they can feel comfortable in their maternal language. You can also take one of our wonderful courses that we offer for French as a second language in the context of medical care. It's available for free to you as students, and more information can be found on our website or at our booth that you will see coming up. So we encourage you to register for that. I am sure most of you came to Ottawa or continue your training in Ottawa because of this bilingual nature. It's a wonderful opportunity for you to learn these language skills. And it's easy to listen to music, videos, YouTube, TikTok. There's tons in French. And if you have it on the background, you can hear it. You'll pick up more than you know. And that'll make you feel more confident if it's your second language to participate or communicate as well. And there's always someone willing to practice with you. That is not a problem. Francophone people are open, they are available, and they would love to have a hello, bonjour conversation with you.
Si vous voulez en savoir plus, where can you access more information and resources to help provide a service mindful of la francophonie minoritaire dans votre pratique de la médecine à Ottawa?
On a beaucoup de services qui sont disponibles ici à Ottawa. Un, c'est notre site web aux affaires francophones. Vous pouvez aller consulter. On a un gabarit d'informations qui est disponible là. So our website has a lot of information available for you to access additional services. But there's tons of websites too that you can take a look at, like Carrefour de l'offre active en français is available. There is also le Bureau de l'Ombudsman has some information on it, and there's lots of modules d'auto-apprentissage available. So check out our website. We can put it at the bottom here, and the resources will be available for you there.
Parfait. Merci, Dr. Anawati, d'avoir répondu à nos questions, et merci à tous pour votre écoute. Good luck in this new journey. We hope to see you soon en français.